Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 8.5 by 11 layout, playing along with Scraptember. Today's prompt is wood veneer, one of my favorite things to use on layouts. I haven't been using it lately, so I'm glad I'm digging into the stash and pulling some out. This one comes from Shandy's Etsy shop. I used to be on her design team and her shop used to be open. I don't believe it's open right now. I will check and I will leave a link down below if it is. I also went digging in my Bo Bunny stash. This school collection I used about a week ago or so for my older son, and I wanted to use up the rest of it. So this is the end of it. This is all I have left is this book paper here, and then the like library card paper, and then a sticker sheet. Actually, I have two sticker sheets and a couple of scraps. And whatever I don't use, I did throw in the recycle bin, including the stickers. I know some people are probably gonna be like, but why? I won't ever use them because they don't match other collections. They're kind of a unique color, even though they look like they're, basic red, green, blue. Um, they're not. They don't really match with any other collections that I have, and I don't think they're that usable. Bo Bunny used to do sticker sheets that had like the arrows and the shapes, and they were very hard to use. I have lots of them left, and I was okay with just tossing the rest of these ones. I used most of the alphas, so pretty much all that was left were the odd shapes. I did use a few of them, but for the most part, they're gone. So here I tore the paper. I'm going to mount it on this black piece of cardstock, and I'm going to leave about a quarter of an inch border all the way around. And that was just to add a little bit extra at the top and not have the entire book paper as the background. It's a little busy, but I think it works out really good. And I have this wood veneer that says love, and it's made out of books. And then there's lots of little books that are also wood veneer. I did paint some of them with markers, and those are just like Copic markers, but they're not Copic brand. I received them from somebody else that was getting rid of them, and they work very well. So I'm going to use them whenever I choose to use markers, which is not very often. So here I'm just piecing this piece back on since you will be able to see it. I needed it to be a little bit longer, not much, just slightly, but that's usually how I get it to work. Actually, I ended up putting it back together. I think because it was a little bit too big, so I cut it a little bit maturely, too immaturely, I guess, too early. So, anyways, these are the stickers from this sticker sheet. There's pretty much nothing left on this sticker sheet when I get done. These ones were very usable, and I do use almost all of these that are left. That little green one just says the ABCs, and then this one over here says school days. And this little heartbeat of books I thought was cute, and it does have a little heart piece that goes right in the middle, and I will add that in here in a minute. And there's lots of other hearts also, so I'm going to add those around the layout, and it's pretty much going to look like an explosion of wood veneer on the layout. And I'm okay with it. I like the way that it turned out, so it's okay. I wasn't sure love was going to pop at the top after I flipped over the paper, but in the end, I think you can read it just fine in real life. The close ups look more like what it looks like in real life versus here on video. It looks like love blends in at the top, but it really doesn't. I put those little book plate stickers up at the top of the ABCs in 1, 2, 3. Over here, I'm just using my Sharpie to outline the corner stickers, and I'm just going to use those up and get them on the layout right in the corners at the top and the bottom. And like I said, I'm just using a Sharpie to go around and make them black, so as if I would have inked them, since I ink up the edges of almost everything, so I wanted to do those ones also. So here I'm gonna pull these little like tabs off. I don't know what else to call it. These ones are arrows, but the other one's like a little tab. And I am gonna put little black dots from the Doodlebug sticker sheet. Once I start adding the Doodlebug letters, I will take the little dots and I will add them at the top of these little circles so that it looks like they're anchored in place, I guess. So I put the two little arrows on the photo, and then I put the little green one up here at the top on the, oh, what is that called? The library card that, you know, used to put a date on it and it tells you when the book is due. Now you get a receipt from the printout and you take the books back when the date says. So up here at the top, I'm going to mess up my title, but I will fix it in the close-ups. I forget to put the word is in, but he did not love to read. He still does not love to read, but he reads very well. So at this time we were homeschooling and working on reading and, you know, trying to get a love for books. That love of reading really never came for him, but he'll read anything if he's learning from it. He doesn't enjoy reading for the fairy tale part of it. So if it's a made up story, it just doesn't really interest him. But he loves reading for educational purposes, which I think is great because, you know, I'm kind of the same way. I like to read autobiographies and real life stories versus reading fairy tales. And that's just my choice. And I tell him that all the time, you know, it's a preference, and that's his preference of books. So I just wanted to document that. And so what I did is I put the word love, and then love of reading is not for everyone, because it's not. I don't believe that everybody should, you know, have to do the exact same thing, and everybody is not going to love to read, and that's okay. As long as you can read, you know, for educational purposes or be able to read the signs on the street, I think it's okay. So here I pulled those two stars off of that other sheet because they're going to add a little bit extra detail and color to the layout. And even though all the colors are pretty much the same, but it adds a pop of yellow up there at the top. And then down here at the bottom, I'm just going to put that other little book right on top of it. So I thought about using those big red arrows, but I really didn't have anywhere to put them. So I decided not to. And I'm just going to add in all these little books. They're like either individual books or 2 or 3 books together in a stack. And I am just adding them all around. I'm not going to make you watch me glue them all down. There's only one that I'm not going to use. It's over there to the right-hand side. I did try to squeeze it in at first, but I really didn't like it, so I just didn't. Oh, I guess I just sped up me gluing it all down. But pretty much that is going to be it. And I just like the way the layout turned out. I think it's really cute. And I think you should document, you know, all of the things your children actually love and the things that they really don't love, that they don't want to do, because that's stuff that might change over time. He might learn, you know, later on that he really does like to read and he likes to read fantasy or, you know, any kind of other books besides educational books. But for now, those are the only books he likes to read. So as you can see, I added the word is and I glued down all of those letters. Those are the Doodlebug letters, which I absolutely love and I need to get more of. But that is it. I have a few close-ups. And again, the prompt today for Scraptember with the Scrappy Sisters is to use wood veneer. So I used lots of wood veneer today. And I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. And there is a playlist down below of other people using wood veneer. Bye.